Thunder! 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 Thundercats! Thundercats!
It's when Wily Cat and Kid are pretending to be the most helpful that they're dropping their pens on the thing while I'm talking.
Thundercats are on the move. Thundercats are loose.
And keep your foot off that blasted shovel plan. Your foot is a SAML plan. I have to do that again.
I'm going to put this one right between her pitches.
That's the line of the show right here. I should have known the Territor didn't mean us any harm when the Sword of Omens didn't obey me. And anyway, it was just plain stupid to assume it might be bad. Just what the fuck am I talking about?
Hello, welcome. I'd like to introduce my guests. I'll start with Merlin. Merlin, are you there?
Hey, good evening. How you doing, Marty?
Good evening. Does Merlin come in loud and clear for everybody? Say something, Merlin.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna pull us back a little bit, but I think we sound good. And our special guest. Would you like to introduce our special guest? It's not.
Sure.
It's not the doc.
Absolutely. The
Go ahead.
special guest is co-author CapnClaw.
I know that guy. Him and I did Dukes at Hazzard premiere together. He's cool. Is Paul here?
Yeah.
Paul?
Hey, Murdy, how's it going?
Good, man. What's up?
Not too much, just working on our beloved Thundercats.
And I think we all love Thundercats here. The whole channel's themed on 80s and 90s. We watch cartoons Saturday mornings. You couldn't have hit a better sweet spot for us. Thanks for joining us. So let me start with Merlin. I know Claw a little bit. Paul and I have spoken at length for an hour or so, but for you, you're out of the blue for me. I know we've talked a little on Discord, but I know nothing about your previous work. This is your first table? Can you give me a little background while I play around here with Thundercats?
Sure. Yeah, so started playing around with pup packs. Just took a real easy one, took Hawkeye's NFL pup pack and kind of modded it, created a Bills theme and a couple other sports that people asked for after I put out the Bills. And then I did a table mod of the old black belt table, the Bailey's 86, and modded that and created a multi-ball for it and changed some of the difficulty modes of it. And actually, I just converted that to Enfazi. I'll probably release that tomorrow as well. And then ended up collabing with CapnClaw to do this Thundercats theme. So this is really the first full-blown table where we did heavy mods. It's certainly not just a reskin of Diablo. Diablo is the donor table. Extensive work, kind of making it its own table. And I think anybody who's played Diablo and then plays this will probably see them really as two distinct tables.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, I'm going to add a... Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say Merlin did a great job really making this a unique table separate from Diablo through the table script and so on.
Definitely. I'm listening to you guys. I'm just trying to make sure that you go over the speaker volume.
Let's find the mega condenser. I'm saying that too fast. Let's find the mega condenser. Still going too fast.
What's wrong, Lion-O?
Oh, fuck, here it is again.
What's here again?
That thing, that mega thing.
Want me to say it?
Yes!
So this is a Diablo starting base, but it's not Diablo in any way, shape, or form from the way I'm feeling it and playing it.
Yeah, it's really not. So, one, I converted it to NFOSI, so the physics are a little different. It's still using JP's audio, which are pretty good. Still has the dynamic sound. Not fleet, but it's still very good. One of the major, I mean, there were tons of small tweaks that were done, but one of the major things that's different from Diablo is I like to use a video game analogy where I create difficulty settings. Because not everybody's the same level in pinball, right? Some people need a little bit of help. They need some boosters. They need some...
a lot of us do.
Yeah. So there's essentially 3 core starting difficulties. You can start in easy mode, medium mode, and hard mode. And each of those modes, they change a bunch of different things in the gameplay, whether it's starting boss health, the number of mutants you have to defeat, how many balls you get to start the game, outlane guides, the size of those, the health regen rate of the bosses, how many multi-balls you can get on the table, whether or not you get a trust host.
Get out of here.
Those are all determined off the starting difficulty. And then the other thing I added is a progression difficulty. So if you're able to beat all 5 bosses on the table, you'll essentially unlock an additional difficulty settings that modifies a handful of other things that I'll leave for people to find out if they're able to get through the first 5 bosses in one round. And essentially you'll just repeat them again. And I'd be surprised if anyone can get past the second round because the difficulty definitely ramps up. But we'll
and
we'll
that's
see.
in one ball? Kind of like Iron Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, some of the things that'll change is just the max multi-balls will drop even more. The outlane guides get even smaller. The boss's health gets even more. The regen rate gets higher. And then there's some other things that are thrown in there, too, to make it a little bit more difficult.
Oh, okay. There we go. I got your ducking under the table now. I know, Mr. J. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, that's well thought out.
Yeah, and I put some time into balancing the scoring. The Diablo scoring, the feedback I got is it was just kind of really out of whack. People felt like they played much better in one table session than another, but their score didn't match up with that. Well, after I looked under the hood, the scoring was not quite balanced. And I took some effort to try and balance it a little bit better. But we'll see as we're going to release the table tomorrow. So that's something we can announce here. We're going to put it up on VPU tomorrow morning.
Great.
So everyone will be able to play it. And we'll keep an eye out for feedback to see how people feel about the scoring, and we can always make adjustments to that.
Very nice. So what was, Claw, what was your contribution here?
Mostly the artwork, the table artwork. I help with the pup pack, some of the topper videos, some of the overlay text on the main overlay videos. But yeah, it was mostly almost all artwork and graphics.
Yeah, it's not too busy. I like it. This is now my second game. I played one game before we started the stream, and I defeated Panthro and Chitar. No, I got to the mutants. The second mission was the mutants.
Get out of here.
That was one of the other things, Marty, that Diablo didn't give players a lot of direction. There's a lot going on in this table, right, between the mutant battles and the boss battles, and it's really easy to get lost with where you are.
Yeah.
So I tried to add extra DMD messaging. I played with the lighting sequences, so the light colors have a lot of meaning.
Well, let me show
whether
them.
it's the lights, the boss
Let me
lights.
show them the beginning, too. Because you give instructions at the beginning of the pup right when you hit the start button.
Yeah, so we're trying something a little different. I guess you could kind of do this in a tracked mode as well. But the way I have it set up is it throws the intro out there. You hit the start key, and after you hit the start key, a ball will load, but it'll then loop through the instructions. And there's about 4 or 5 instruction cards that'll just continue to loop through that you can just kind of read. And then when you feel like you're ready to play the game at any point, as soon as you launch a ball, it will then load the overlays, the topper, the default backlash video, and all that stuff. But that way it kind of gives you some ideas on how to fight the bosses, how to fight the mutants, what the different stand-up target sequences get you. There is quite a bit going on. So hopefully that's helpful to people.
No, it's beautiful. I've seen some authors include a video lately with instructions on how the game works, but these are usually for a ROM-based game. This is great, especially for an original. You're right, Diablo's hard to follow. On my first game, I was getting a skill shot with a full plunge every time, but my second game is not the same. It's interesting.
Get out of here.
I neglected also, Merlin, to select the mode. Is that with the flipper at the beginning? I wasn't paying attention.
No, you actually have to go into the table script to change that. So it's
okay.
default set to medium.
Okay.
But it's real obvious where to change it.
We'll keep it on medium tonight. I don't want to expose too much on the table that somebody could see by playing on very easy, but we can get past a few modes for folks tonight, and if they're going to get it in their hands tomorrow, let's let them explore it and see what they see. Now that didn't happen before. Rob, Merlin, I don't remember the pup frame not showing up because the first game it was fine. That's weird.
Yeah.
And that only happened after I let the video play, so just a note. Let's see what happens. So you said there's 5 difficulty modes or 4? I'm sorry.
3 difficulty modes and 5 bosses.
5 bosses, okay. All right, so if I launch right now. Yeah, Rob, that's weird. That was not occurring for the first 3 games.
Yeah, interesting.
I wonder if I should restart VPX. Let's see if it's VPX.
Yeah, see if that comes out of it.
Yeah. Make sure we don't have like pup display running twice or something. Now we're good. That's good. Nothing's. I've had VPX open all day, so that's highly probable. Let's try it now. Here's the instructions. No? Strange. Maybe I should rerun the pup setup again.
Yeah, I don't know why you're running into this. That's
probably because I have a slim DMD.
Well, no, I had one other user ran into this, but
what was his setup?
He was a full DMD setup.
3 screen?
Yeah.
Or desk?
And this is where we had that 609B version where we ran that code, which all I did was turn debugging on, and then it seemed to fix it. I don't know why. There must be something hanging out in the pup pack there that's preventing it.
We're getting the call outs in the topper area.
Yeah, and videos will play. They will play over. It's just you're not getting the overlay. So what's happening is there's a trigger BG clear. Essentially, pup event 501 is not firing. I already know what's happening. I don't know why 501 isn't firing though. It doesn't make sense.
and we'll fix it.
You can try and
I've got it.
you can try and grab that debug code real quick, the 609, and run that, and hopefully it'll clear it out.
Oh,
I'm also going to put
there's some sort of input issue going on. Hold on. That was weird. Yeah. I think it's something on my PC. Let me reboot. I have something on my keyboard sticking. There we go. That fixed it. That might have caused a problem, Rob. Hold on. Let me reload the other table and see if we still have that issue. Okay, instructions. Pop. There we go. I think it was me, man. This is not the B version.
Okay, and now it's working again.
Yeah, my key was stuck down for some reason.
Get out of here.
I will, but first I want to play. Oh, I thought you were telling me to get out of here, Rob. Was that your voice?
Nope. That's on the table. Actually, my son did the call outs, all those video call outs.
Oh, cool. What part of the country are you in, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, cool. You're not far.
Where are you at?
I'm out here in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay. So we were real intentional with the material as far as what's on the back glass, what's on the topper. We didn't want it to be overly busy or distracting.
Get out of here.
So there is content, and it's intentionally not super busy. And the feedback while we were working on the table was people really like that. So you can't make everybody happy, but the majority of people seem to like that it wasn't too busy. So we kept it that way.
I enjoy that it's not too busy. It's spread out in a way that feels natural. The pup as well. Nice work. And I'm kind of glad I saw some coverage of you guys on Racer and Frisco, but I'm kind of glad I waited to hit you up closer to release and experience this with you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us. You're getting a much more polished version at this point. There were still a lot of changes. Even when we were on with Frisco, the game's quite a bit different from that, and that was only a week or so ago.
Yeah, week and a half, yeah. And to hear they can get it in their hands tomorrow makes me happy too. I'm all about you guys as the authors and the players knowing more about the tables, so.
I'd hate to put that to the test when you.
I'm sure they're all pretty excited. Do you know, are you guys going to upload it in the morning or?
Yeah, I'll probably upload it in the morning. I'll put it under my title. We were considering doing a team thing, but we decided just to put it under my title and then give out all the props accordingly, yeah.
Let's see, any questions from the audience? The feature's fantastic, well thought out, the lighting. Merlin, why did you pick Thundercats? And do you have a connection with the franchise?
I don't have a connection with the franchise, just very fond memories growing up. There were, when I introduced myself, when I introduced myself to Paul, I had 4 or 5 ideas. He had a couple ideas. And I really wanted to use Diablo as the donor table. And it just really lined up beautifully with the Thundercats theme and the lore of the trials and everything else. So that's pretty much how we landed here. I always thought there needed to be a table, and someone tried to do one back in, I don't know, almost 15 years ago. They did it in Future Pinball, and it just kind of died on the vine. So...
Was that kind of like the Masters of the Universe table made it all the way, but that's a great theme. I guess his connection to it, Meatball, is the same as all of ours. Watching it as a kid on TV and enjoying it. Let's see. Lighting effect. I'd like to talk to one of you soon. Mr. J. Crane is also a VPX author, apparently, looking for lighting advice.
Yeah, sure. A lot of it is trial and error. A lot of the GI lights were there already. LUT was already added in Diablo V4. I didn't have to worry about too much sequencing. So the only thing I really messed with was the GI lighting and then the theming and changing up the color of some of the sequences and some of the individual lights. I guess it just all depends on what specifically you're looking for.
He's talking about the lightning effect too.
I wish I could take credit for that. That was something that JP added in version 4 of Diablo, and it just again worked beautifully with our theme.
That's what that's what I thought. I remember JP mentioning it in one of its other tables.
So that's actually, the lightning is actually just a flasher that he customized. And you can see it if you go into the table code when we release the table. You can kind of see how he did that if you're interested to try to mimic that somehow.
Level up.
Didn't look like it was difficult, just time consuming.
Get out of here.
I am Chitara. In my heart, I know I'm the strongest of my kind.
No.
Merlin, I guess we should mention that Team Tuga did the awesome pup pack overlay you're looking at.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, they did the overlays for us, which are really nice.
Level up.
Yeah, it looks great.
Critical hit.
Now if I could defeat Chitara.
Yeah, so the thing to watch out with Chitara is she's all about hitting the targets. The targets have to be lit up. If they're not
I noticed
lit,
that.
Yeah, you regen her. You give her health back.
Oh, shit.
Skill shot.
Yeah, I noticed she was moving around. I'm like, no. I'm not supposed to move on me. I didn't know she was regenning health.
Yeah, if you hit the unlit targets, she'll regen.
So am I playing the villain?
I guess you are. It's in the lore. You're actually Lion-O, so you're playing as Lion-O. So in the first season, Lion-O had to go through 5 trials to be the leader of the Thunder Pack. So that's what you're doing. You're doing the trial of strength, the trial of speed, the trial of cunning, the trial of willpower, and then the trial of evil. So you're playing as Lion-O.
That's cool. You put some thought into this. I see the trials here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what's going on with Jaga on the drop targets?
So Jaga actually on the drop targets will get you, he'll light the extra ball for you. He also does critical hit damage if you're fighting a boss.
Okay.
And you will also get some bonus points. Similar with Snarf. Has a chance to light the extra ball, does even more critical hit damage because there's more stand-up targets. And then the trial sequence On the bottom, doesn't get you an extra ball, but it gets you a multi-ball. It adds a ball to the play field.
I noticed that as you completed it, it shoots out a ball.
Yeah.
So if I have 2 going and I complete it again, I'll get 3 balls.
Correct. Now, I put limits on that, so that's something that Diablo had some limits, but I severely reduced them. The same thing with the level up. The 3 rollovers at the top, if you light all 3 up, you increase your level, which allows you to do more damage to the mutants as well as the bosses.
Get out of here.
But people could kind of game the system, and something that Frisco figured out is, well, shoot, I'll just keep hitting the orbits, level up to like 9 or 10, and then I'll fight the bosses, and it'll be a lot easier. Well, I screwed them because now I limited it so you can only get about 3 levels per boss, where it kind of you max out, and it'll tell you, hey, you've maxed out. You got to beat a boss before you can go any higher on the levels. That way, people can't. They'll have to find another way to game the system.
Yeah, everybody finds a way to cheat games, video or pinball.
Yep. It's about bending the rules, so they'll have to find some other exploits, if you will, to find a way to navigate it. I tried to block as many as I could, but I'm sure people will find some ways.
I kind of like that you. I kind of like that you went to Frisco first. He's pretty infamous for finding bugs and exploits. So I like that you nerfed it on that aspect, because that is. There's a couple of pins out there where you can just work up the bonus multiplier, and then one shot you can take the whole tournament, which is part of the strategy and great, but I don't know.
Get out of here. Level up. Extra ball lit.
Always be with you, Lionel.
Aw, there's Jaga.
Critical hit.
I hope you guys are enjoying the pup. I cannot watch it and will do. All right, trial 2. Thundercats are on the loose. It's not cheating, it's finding an exploit and using it. It's not cheating.
I agree. It's not cheating.
You know, plenty of guys that.
Yeah, here, if people wanted to see cheating, and I'll take this out before we release it tomorrow, but go ahead and hit the number 6 on your desktop.
And plug it up.
Yeah, it's basically.
Oh, where's my outline plug?
Yeah, it plugs all the drains.
I don't need that.
7 will take that back off.
I'm like, yeah. Get that out of there, man. I don't want that on my.
Now, if I want it.
I want to explore, learn the game, increase my score each time, get further along. I got 2 trials. I got Panthro.
It's a trap.
Pinball. No, not that it's a trap. I thought.
I am Chitara.
That's what drew me. Yeah, that's what drew me to Diablo, right? Is typically when I play pinball, I'm out for the scores and trying to improve the scores. Diablo really sucked me into the story mode aspect of it, trying to get to that next boss.
Yeah. Chug released one like it, Chrono Trigger. That's another one that's progressive like that. Ooh, I got 2 balls on the ball launch, and then a 3rd. Cool. Exploit.
Yeah, that's not an exploit. That might be a prevent us from release. Uh-oh.
No. I think it realized that I sucked, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. We'll have to go back and look at the clip. I'll send you a clip. It can't prevent release. No. This is an exploit, man. No, you have to patch it in 1.1.
Right. Let that out first.
Yep. You got to patch it in 1.1. You already said it's coming out tomorrow. I'm kidding, Rob. And I'm choking because I'm giving you a hard time. Figures. Of course, I'm on Chitara and I'm healing her.
You must be
and
the
now
Monopoly
I have an extra
guy.
ball to heal her with. Damn it. Yeah, I somehow acquired an extra ball beyond the extra ball.
Yeah, at trial, if you light the 5 trial lights in the in and out lanes, that gets you an extra playfield ball. And then each boss battle gets you multi-ball.
Oh,
They're on a
okay,
time.
okay.
They're on a time delay. So that was one of the things I had to fix. That Diablo didn't really handle. Basically, what would happen in Diablo's table is once you trigger the boss mode, say it's the 3rd level boss, you'll get 3 multi-balls. Well, if you lose your ball after it started that multi-ball sequence, those balls will continue to come out. And that maybe is what happened to you where you got extra balls in the plunger lane. I thought I had fixed that by putting in some extra table code to check if you lost the last ball to stop the multi-ball sequencing. I guess that's probably what happened to you.
Critical hit.
But we'll go back and watch it after this.
Yeah.
Pride of my people.
Oh, good grief.
Hey, good grief.
In this universe, and I will not be defeated.
Critical hit. Level up.
Oops. I don't have to go for her shot here. I can go for Jaga or Snarf.
Correct. And those do a lot of damage.
Right.
You can also do critical shots, which are where that red flashing arrow is.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
And now it moved. Where does it go? Oh! It's alright. She's still up. Come on, Snarf. Ah.
Well, on medium difficulty, these bosses also regen health slowly over time. So if you just sit around and trap balls, they'll start to heal themselves. So just kind of keep that in mind. You'll notice it'll slowly trickle up. They'll slowly regain their health.
Yeah, I'll work up my muscle memory. We'll get there.
I am Chitara. In my heart, I know I'm the strongest of my kind.
Level up.
The pride of my people. I am unique in this universe.
Judging by the pollution content of the atmosphere, I believe we have arrived at the latter half of the 20th century.
Critical hit. Critical hit. Critical hit.
Super.
Critical hit. Get out of here.
I can't. I don't have any balls. Really? She's still alive? That better take her out. Really? She's dead.
You've got 6 health left.
I got her.
Earned my insignia this day.
I earned her insignia. There we go. Final 3. Should have paid attention to that instruction manual. There we go. 17 left. That's it.
Yeah, that's a little misleading. So that's a good thing to talk about is the mutants left. You kill more mutants per ramp strike as you level up. So you'll see, and it'll give you a count as you're going on to give you an idea of how many you really need. At this
9
point,
left.
since you're level 7, yeah, you're probably knocking out 6 or 7 a pop.
Now, if I want it.
I completed 2 trials.
Get out of here.
Snarf.
Level up.
Are the pop bumpers... okay, why are the pop bumpers changing lit status with the flipper?
He'll never beat us through the maze of
What's up with that?
We've explored every twist and turn. Come on!
Hey, Candy.
I like it. That's a nice touch. I thought I was getting extra bonus or something.
No. They're just tied to the XP light at the top.
That would add an extra level of skill anyways. Okay, change it. All right, moving. Change it. Too much.
Critical hit. Level up.
Thank you.
I will always be with you, Lionel.
Aw, that's sweet of you, Jaga.
It is your destiny.
Extra ball
If
lit.
I want it, Thundercats will.
And Rob, also Paul, thank your wives for allowing you to spend time with us tonight. I do appreciate it.
Thundercats!
My wife isn't much into pinball, but she supports my hobby, so it's good.
What else we got? Oh, there's blocks, Mr. J. The VPW guys use a big pink one. It's in their example table. Lane placement. I'm late. Choking on hard time. Well, looky what we have here. Sight beyond sight. I'm setting this to easy mode. You know what? I might do that after this game just to... I don't want you guys to see everything all at once. I'll stream it tomorrow and I'll play with a little more gusto. We've gotten Chitara. We're going to work on the kittens now. And we're on trial 3.
Time to start the trial.
Time to start Thunder Kittens.
We've explored every twist and turn.
This time I'm going to try to do it via Snarf and Jaga. Oops, missed it. Okay, I'm not. No, I'm not. Jeez. Come on, Snarf. Embarrassing me. Now I'm really embarrassed. There we go.
Thundercats!
Enter your initials.
Hey, Lionel, what's going on?
I'm not sure, Chitara, but I've got a bad feeling Mumra's up to something.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the John.
Eye of Thundera, give me sight beyond sight.
Lionel, what are you doing? Snarf!
Oh, hey, not much. You want to get wasted or something?
It's all part of a new program we like to call Deep Hurting.
You want to get wasted or something? That's awesome. There's some great clips in here. Let's see what happens. Let's see if they got a tilt clip in here. Are we gonna see? It's not tilting.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Just Us, Marty screws up yet another Twitch
There
stream.
is no tilt clip in there yet.
Okay. That's right. I don't have a tilt bob. Everybody here knows that. They give me a hard time.
Level up.
Secretly, most of them don't have a tilt bob either.
Get out of here. Get out.
Interesting donor table was Diablo, correct? Yes. One of JP's tables, the Thundercats. This table script, real interesting. I have a part of that code in my Scooby. Rob, Paul, anything else? We don't have a lot of table history yet, but you said you're working on Black Belt next?
Black Belt's actually done. That was a table that I released prior to this one. Nothing significant. Basically, with Black Belt, I found it, I don't want to say a boring table. I found it an interesting table, but extremely difficult for my skill level. So I ended up doing some mods where I played with the outlane gates. I added a trust post. I changed some of the other kickers on the table to slow the ball down so that you had an opportunity to use those topside flippers more easily without having to be super on your toes. And then I ended up adding multi-ball to it, which is interesting.
Fozzie, and you had already added Fozzie.
I did not. So Fozzie is what I just added recently. So I'm going to re-release the table with Fozzie probably tomorrow. The table's out there already if anybody wants to grab it. It's just on JP's version 4 physics.
Yeah. How you doing, Hawkeyes? So, if you're just joining us, this is due possibly to be released tomorrow, along with an update to Black Belt. We're sitting here tonight with Merlin, a.k.a. Rob, and CapnClaw, a.k.a. Paul.
Level up.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Hawkeyes because he's the one who started this whole fiasco and got me down this rabbit hole.
I know. You should see what he's done to me in the last 6 months. He's my best friend. No, he's a great supporter. Hawkeyes helps not only users but creators, streamers, He get blamed for a lot of stuff, apparently. Joust is here, too. Hey, Joust. Yeah, and I think we all appreciate as Mr. J said, the difficulty level setting, because a lot of us want to really enjoy a table, and you can set it to easy mode and do that. I do that with my PC games a lot. I'm old. I don't want to learn new things. But I'm enjoying myself. Hold on, Hawkeyes is giving me money. I gotta dance for Hawkeyes when he gives me money. All right, was that good, Hawk? I don't want to let you down. Hawkeyes delivers a lot of quality content to us as well. Yeah, I don't want to keep you guys longer than you want to stay. I know we said we'd go a little while and start earlier. So if you need to take off, please don't feel like you need to stay. If any of you out there in the chat have any questions for either Rob or Paul, shoot them out and we'll get them in and answered for you.
Get out of here.
I can certainly stick around for a bit more.
Sure.
But yeah, let me know if anybody has any questions on the table or otherwise.
And I'll try to defeat some of these trials.
Well, while you're playing, I'll kind of give some guidance on the difficulty modes, especially for those that don't know how to read table code. So the starting difficulty, there's 3 levels: easy, medium, and hard. Easy mode, the bosses don't regenerate health, which is a big deal, so you can really take your time with the bosses. The amount of mutants you have to kill to get through each of the trials to get to a boss is considerably lower. The number of balls you get is the same as medium. The max multi-ball number, I think, is the same as medium. You get the trust post. That's the biggest thing, is that the bosses don't regen health, I think, with easy mode. so you can go through the bosses much quicker. You also
So
do a
both
little bit more damage.
And easy and medium both have 5 balls, right?
Correct. And then in hard mode, you lose the trust post. The outlane guides get smaller.
Mm.
You get less multi-balls. You get an increased cycle reduction, so you can't get the Jaga and the Snarf bonuses as regularly. You get basically shunted as to how quickly they'll regen. I think those are the main differences, and that's plenty to make it more difficult. Oh, and there's more boss health. There's more mutants you have to go through, and they regen at a higher rate. So hard mode is not for the faint of heart.
Did you have that in when you were on Racer and Frisco streams?
No. No, they didn't have any of that good stuff.
That's one thing. We had Rusty T. He was on here from creating Time Lord from one of JP's tables, but he kind of rewrote it from the ground up. But when he was on here, I don't know, 8 months ago, that was probably the number one thing I said to him, because he had developed a championship level table, and it was gorgeous, but I couldn't play it. I couldn't progress on the table. And with the next iteration, he introduced an easy mode, and folks like Gramps and I really appreciate being able to approach a table differently and practice and get better. And that's what you're doing here. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I guess. Yeah.
One of the other things that's on hard mode that's a little bit tougher is the magnet strength. So basically there's a magnet and a turntable, which is the same controller in front of those two inlane ramps.
Mm-hmm.
And on hard mode, they've got a stronger strength. So that's another thing that's changed. And, people love them or hate them, but I feel like they're a critical part of this table. I toned them back from Diablo. Yeah, right where the lightning is, where it strikes. So it was a little bit too frustrating for people. So even now on easy and medium, it messes with the ball enough where it adds a level of difficulty without making it ridiculous and unfair.
Yeah.
I am Chitara. In my heart, I know I'm the strongest of my kind. The pride of my people. I am unique.
So another thing for those that are playing, there's actually a lot of intention behind the lighting. That's not the default Diablo lighting. It just kind of gives you an indication of which mutant battle you're on, which trial you're on, which boss you're about to face. The fact that light's flashing yellow up by the layer is going to tell you that he was about to fight Chitara, because Chitara is yellow, Panthro's blue, the kittens are orange, Tigra's green, and Mumra's red. So if you see a yellow light, you can probably have an idea that you're going to be coming up against Chitara. If you see blue, it's Panthro. If you see purple, that means you're about to fight the mutants again.
Lost game focus for a minute. That was my fault.
Thundercats, when danger is near, I shall hold the sword of omens aloft and yell out a battle.
Donkey Clonk, it actually, Rusty told me it did use a base originally, but he recoded it from the ground up. But we're not here for Time Lord tonight. You need that center post and generous outlines because of the lightning on Diablo, says Donkey Clonk.
Yeah, because it grabs the ball and chucks it around.
I love these end-game clips. Who picked the Adult Swim clips?
Those actually came from Pagula, who gave me a couple of those, and then I grabbed a couple from Robot Chicken. There's kind of a blend in there.
Yeah, these are great.
Are here for you today because we are the Thundercats. Yeah, I'm Lionel.
Are there going to be instructions to tell us who all the characters are? Gramps, probably not, but I can do that on Saturday morning for you if you want. We'll do a whole Thundercats summary for you. We show you the first episode where they're all naked, and then we'll progress to the Ewok episode you see behind me with the robot bears. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm going to poke in his script, guys. Let's see what he's got going on here. See where the easy, hard stuff is. Not very visually exciting to look at as a viewer, but let's see. Off by Angrim. I know him. Replay set to true. I can set that to false. Cool. Difficulty modes explained. Easy. +4 mutants. Boss health 50%. Medium. +8 mutants. Health 75%. Hard. +12 mutants. Boss 100%. And you start at medium.
So easy's 1, medium's 2, hard's 3.
Okay, yeah, you don't describe that here, but I was about to ask you.
Yeah, I'll put that in there before we release it.
Yeah, it might be a good note. And then you got your standard constants and stuff in there. That's awesome. Cool. I'm going to leave it on medium. Nice looking code. It doesn't look terribly bloated.
Yeah, there's some bloat that I've added in there because down the road we haven't committed to it yet, but we're probably going to re-release this as a pup DMD option that people can choose either Flex DMD to keep the retro vibe, or if they want the enhanced graphics on the DMD, they'll be able to use pup DMD and get a much higher resolution.
I appreciate that. A lot of newer authors are just doing pup DMDs, and that's great, but I'm going to have to put them on my backlash, so I appreciate the option. That is
yeah,
great.
I'm all about options, giving people options whenever I can.
Yeah, like you said, you can't please everybody, but hey, if you have the time and opportunity, do it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I'm going to feel left out pretty soon when pup DMDs are all the rage and my screen won't display them very well.
Yeah, it's definitely where everything's headed. There's just so much more you can do. There's so much more content you can display, and everything's always advancing and the next best thing and making it better and better. And yeah, sounds good. I really appreciate you having us on here.
No, my pleasure. I love learning about you guys and what makes you tick and what motivates you. I appreciate the opportunity. And for everybody here, thank you for your time. Any last questions? Yes, Jacob.
Appreciate it, Marty. Appreciate it, Marty. Appreciate it, Marty.
I appreciate you, Paul. Paul, we still love your Dukes of Hazzard table. In fact, I haven't told everybody, but it's coming up soon on our weekly VPX competition where you play at home and submit your scores online all week, and then we announce the winner at the end. So stay tuned for Dukes of Hazzard coming up soon, and maybe Thundercats too, which will probably on the way to you tomorrow at VPU. I don't think any of you will have the problems I'm having. So, from the guy on the screen up there, and my guests, MerlinRTP,
please drive home carefully,
as well as CapnClaw, Rob, Paul, good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow. Thanks for joining us.
All right, everyone.
Take care.